Yeah. Hi guys. After a long time, like nearly 5 years, I'm live again. First of all, I'm so sorry for the last few years. I was quite packed with my work, due to which I could not come online. Meanwhile, I was conducting some offline sessions and some unlisted videos were also there. I was going live, but it was unlisted only for a few group. Right now, today, I'm completely free. That's why I have conducted this live session again. And above to that, I got many requests from the people who are preparing for their boards mainly and as well as for their interviews. So this video will be very much helpful for the people who are going to attend any interviews for the Java as a beginner, and above to that it is also very much important for the people who are going to start practicing or preparing for their board examination that is about to happen. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll be covering up array in Java from scratch. So this is helpful for both people who know Java, that is also good. People who don't know anything about Java, that is also okay, fine, no issue for me. I'll try my best to cover up everything from the scratch. So meanwhile, if you get any doubt, make sure to put your doubt in the comments so that I can watch it right now. I'll try to solve your doubt, and let's start this session for today. Okay. So mainly today we are going to target the topic named as array in Java. So what is this array in Java? Okay. For what is Java, why Java, all these things, I'll be uploading other video. You can check that later. After a few days, I'll do that again once I'm free. As of now, let us see what is array in Java. See, in Java, you guys would have done one thing like you would have stored many data. Let us say, for example, you wanted to store some values. So to store the value, you would need some variables like this. Let me store two numbers. Okay. So two variables you used to create. The first one would contain, let's say, any value 10, an integer I'm taking. And the second one container is going to contain 20. Now to make it possible in Java, let us say for one more example, one more thing here. The first value that I'm going to store in a container, it is going to be named as A, and the second container here is going to be named as B. So right now this A and B are going to be my named memory location. This A and B, these are my named memory location. Now how will I implement this diagram into code? To implement this diagram into code, what I need is I need support of variables. I need support of variables. So let us declare variable and assign value to them. So how do we do that? Let us see this. Okay. So in Java, to declare the variable, first of all, we need to follow some syntax. That is, you need to take a data type. After the data type, you need to put a space, and then you need to put the variable name. All right. Now, then to end this statement, you need to put a semicolon in the end. All right. This is how we need to declare a variable by following this syntax. Now, as our main target is about learning array in Java, so right now we'll not be having more discussion about this. What is data type? What is variable name and all. I hope you guys are watching this video, means obviously you are having an idea of what is variable, what is data type and all. If you are not having idea on this, don't worry. In few days you'll be getting the content regarding it. Let's see. So we are going to have two types of data types. One is primitive and the another is non-primitive. Some people can call it as reference data type also. In primitive data types, we are going to store, sorry, in primitive data types, what happens is it helps us to create variables that will allow to store single value at a time. The variables can be created to store only one value at a time. All right. So if I implement this with example, suppose I want to create this variable a and b. How will I write? I must write int a. When I write int a, that means one variable is created in the background. Here one variable is created in the background. 4 bytes of memory is consumed for this variable. 4 bytes of memory is consumed. Okay. Now this variable has got some memory and this variable is going to have a name. That name is a. As of now, the variable is only created. The value has not been assigned. To assign the value into this variable, I need to follow the other step. Before that, let me create one more variable. All right. So this is another variable int b. When I say int b, again the same story will start. No doubt, same story will be started again. The same story that we are having here, same story will be started. So what will happen? Again, one more variable taken in the memory. This variable is going to be named as b. Now, this variable is also consuming 4 bytes of memory. Okay. Now you see, by looking at this boxes that I have created, if I am going to store any value, then this box will allow me to store only one value. One value, not one digit or anything. One value will be allowed to be stored. So let us say I want to store 10 into it. To store 10 into it, let us say for example, this value 10, I want it to be loaded over here. So what I need to do? To store this value 10 into this variable, I need to take support of assignment operator. Very much important question will be there in interviews as well as in exams. What is the difference between single equals to and double equals to? I am going to take support of single equals to, that is an assignment operator. This assignment operator is going to work from right hand side to left hand side. That means how it is going to be working, let us try to see with the help of code. What I am going to do is I want to say that in this variable a, I want to store 10. So simply after declaring the variable int a, you need to write a is equals to 10. Now as I said, it will work from right hand side to left hand side. It means what? It means the value 10 is assigned to a. So I can say now that my variable a is right now containing the value 10, like this. As simple as that. Then what about b, sir? For the b, what I have to do? Again, same story. B is equals to, let us consider I want to store 20. So here also the execution will happen. It will work from right hand side to left hand side. That means 20, a value 20 will be stored into the variable b. So I'm having a variable named as b in my memory. So here this b contains 20. Right now, one limitation is there with this kind of variables, these primitive variables. What is the limitation? First, very much important limitation for which our chapter is introduced here, that is array in Java. The limitation of the variable is when we take support of these primitive variables, what will happen? It will allow me to store only one value at a time. Look at here, I have created variable a, variable b. This variable a and variable b are my primitive variables which are created by the help of primitive data type. So right now only one value can be stored. I have stored a 10 here, this is one value. I have stored a 20 over here, this is another value. In one memory only one value is allowed to be stored. That is the limitation with this primitive variable. Think of it, for example, you want to store uh, some friend's name. You got some friends in your classroom or in your neighbor somewhere. You want to store their names. Many people have many friends. Let us say, for example, with a real-time scenario, if I am using Facebook or Instagram, I'm having in Facebook, let's say, I'm having suppose nearly 1.5k friends, means 1500 friends. To store the name of those 1500 friends, what I need to do? Come on, think of it. If I want to store names of 1500 different friends in the memory by using Java, what I need to do? Think of it, think of it. Yeah, very good. I need to take 1500 different variables. What I have to do here is I need to take 1500 different variables. If I am going to take 1500 different variables, declaring the variables becomes a tough task for me. Remembering the variable names also becomes a huge burden for me. So how will I overcome this problem? To overcome this problem, only array was introduced. I'm using very much layman terms because I'm trying to keep the concept from the scratch. Okay, slowly we will be reaching to the advanced level. As of now, for today's session, I'm using every scratch level things. Okay, so example was a scenario, very much easy scenario. I need to store names of 1500 different friends. To store those 1500 different friends name, I need 1500 variables. 1500 variables I can write, sir, no issue at all. But managing those variables, managing in the sense remembering the variable names to access them, is going to be a burden for me. Above to that, the code length will become too much big. Think of it, I'm writing only two variables and it looks this much big. What will happen if I create 1500 variables? The code length will be too much big or not? Managing the code becomes very much tough now. So for that reason, what I am going to do, I am going to create a memory in such a way that it will have the same memory name, but internally it will have multiple different cell where we can store the value. So basically, I need a collection of elements of the same data type which will be stored in a contiguous memory location and will be referred by a common name. Here comes our definition. What is an array? First we saw the problem, now I'm giving you the definition. What is an array in what is an array? All right, what is an array? Very much simple. Hold a second. All right. So what is an array? Array, one second. Color differences. All right, let me write over here. Then I'll check it. So basically you can use this definition for any interviews, any exams of your choice, no problem. It is accepted everywhere. So an array is a, let's say, collection of elements. Collection of elements means more than one elements of the same data type. An array is a collection of elements of the same data type stored in contiguous memory location and referred by a common name, same name. And now, how will I access those data then? How will it look like? Let me see first. As per my definition, when I'm going to write the code, how it looks like. Okay, so here is the definition. What is an array? An array is a collection of elements of the same data type stored in contiguous memory location and referred by a common name. Now the question is, how will I create this array? How do we create array? This is the second question. I know what is an array. I will see how an array looks like. But tell me, how will I create this array in Java? So how do we create an array? All right. So now, how do we create this array? Let us see. To create an array, I'm going to give you two different ways. You can use any of the way to create an array. Okay. So let's say to create an array, we need to follow One more thing, guys, if you want these sessions to be in English, not in complete English, if you want this thing in complete English, then also I'm okay with that. But you have to put your request in the comments so that I can get to know that how many people are requesting the session to be in completely English or to be in English or complete Hindi. Based on that only, I'll be creating the next sessions. Okay. So now to create an array, we need to follow any of the two ways. All right. What are the two ways? First one is creating array directly. Second one is creating array using new keyword. Today we are seeing what is array and all. Again, array is going to have lot of problems. To overcome those problems, I'll be uploading new video. Okay, this is a beginner's session, so that's why I'm not saying all those things at once. Okay, so now to create an array, we need to follow any of these two ways. First one is creating array directly. Second one is creating array using new keyword. How will I create this array directly? Is there any mantra for it? Let us see. Creating array directly. I'll explain what is the difference between these two situations. When we create array directly and when we create array using new keyword, both way I'll explain in detail. So please be on the track right now. You'll get to know everything in detail. Maybe you know this concept why we create array directly and why we create array using new keyword, but till then I'll suggest you to have some patience over here because I may give you some real-time scenarios in real time when we go for creating array directly and in real time when we go for creating array using new keyword. This word I'm saying mainly for the school going people, the beginners. Okay. So right now, other developers who are already having idea of Java, they know it very well. Right now, let us see how do we create an array directly. All right. So now to create an array directly, what I need to do is I need to follow the same way of creating variable that we used earlier here. I took the support of data type, then the variable name. Same way I need to do here also. What is the basic structure? Let's see the syntax first. Take the data type. Oh, sir, why we are taking data type again and again? A reason. If you take the data type, then only you can tell the system that what kind of memory you want. Whether you want the memory to store only one value, whether you want the memory to store multiple values, whether you want the memory to store an integer, whether you want the memory to store a string, to store a decimal literal, to store boolean literal, to store a character. That is what data type will tell to the system. That's why we are taking data type here. After the data type, we need a space and then take here array name. Sir, earlier you said variable name, now you are saying array name. Both same, don't worry. Array name. What is the name of the memory? The variable name, that one only I'm saying as array name. And then compulsory a pair of square bracket. I have seen multiple pair of square bracket. That multiple pair of square bracket will come in future. As of now, only one pair of square bracket you take because this one pair of square bracket represents one dimensional array. Single row, multiple columns. What is single row, multiple column? That is coming now. In few minutes it's coming. Have some patience. This is the syntax of creating array directly. And after creating this array, you need to store the values. Let us say, for example, I want to store multiple values. The values I'll consider as elements, and I'm going to write the elements as, let's say, E1, E2, E3, E4, and so on. Whatever number of elements I want, at a time I can store them and I can separate them by the help of comma. Let us implement this in real time. How it looks like when we write it in code. So for that, let us say, as I gave you one example, that I want to store 1500 different friends name that I have in my Facebook profile. So Friend's name I want, that means the name is going to be a group of characters. In Java, we know group of characters can be taken by the support of string concept, because we know very well that string represents a group of characters enclosed within double quotes. Right now, what is this the string I have written? For this, again, one more video will come. In detail, I'll explain what is the string. As of now, string is nothing but group of characters enclosed within double quotes. In future, it is going to come as a separate chapter where I will explain that a string is actually a predefined class in Java. Many beginners don't know about it, that string is actually in background a predefined class. That predefined class we are having in java.lang package. That story will come again later. As of now, let's prepare for the array. Now, string is my data type. It's a non-primitive data type, or you can also consider as a referenced data type. With this string data type, I want to tell to my system that system, please create a variable for me that can store multiple characters at a time. All right. So I'm taking string support because I need my friend's name. Friend's name obviously means any name you take. Let's say, for example, name is Ajay. Then multiple characters are there. A, J, A, Y. Ajay is right now attending the class. That's why I'm saying the word. Randomly, I took the name. Okay. Now, so other people don't get worried. I'll take your name also. Don't say that you're not taking my name. I'll take your name as well. Don't worry. Let the examples come. I'll take your name. Okay. Don't feel that much jealous right now. Have some control. After 5 years, I'm meeting you guys. Now all of a sudden, you guys are starting to fight. Not taking my name. Don't worry. I'll take everyone's name. Okay. Okay. Let's see. String array name. Let's say the name of the array is friends. Okay. And then give the pair of square bracket. Then equals to, now within pair of curly brackets you need to provide the names that you have to take. Okay, now what are the names? Let us consider here. Names are Ajay. Okay, be happy, don't worry, everyone's name I'll take. Okay, if I'm not able to take everyone's name, don't worry, another example I'll take. Okay, here. Okay, just a moment, just a moment. All right, now who is this Loki? What you guys have taken, right? Okay, now few names I have taken. Okay, so these all names here. How many names you said? 1500 you said, sir. Now you're writing only few. Okay, I cannot write all 1500 at a time now. Have some patience. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven different names I have taken. If I want more, I can give one more comma, then within double quote, I can continue. As of now, let me take only seven names. All right. So now you see here what happened. I took a string array named as friends, in which multiple names I have stored at a time. I don't have to take different variable names. All values are going to be stored in the same memory location, but internally it maintains contiguous memory location. Contiguous memory location means one after another cells will be arranged. So how it will look like in the background? In the background, one array is taken. One memory is taken like this. This is my memory, array memory. Okay. I'm making the diagram for absolute beginners. So please control your emotions, guys. Now, I am going to take seven different locations. So here comes 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more, last 7. Here comes the memory. This is what array looks like, contiguous memory location. Okay. Now this contiguous memory location is having one common name, that is friends. This complete thing is nothing but friends. Just hold a second. This is what an array looks like in the background. Just visualize like this. All right. Now, what about these values that I have got in my code? These values, how will I store? Each cell over here, each box